Welcome back everybody to another stream of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. We're playing case 4 and I think it's the second investigation. I can't remember the specific of what happens next after this trial of 7 years past. I think it's more investigation, but we'll find out anyway, and I'll maybe amend the title if I can be bothered. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then we know what's gonna. I already know what's gonna happen, so I would have put a proper title. Okay, I think we should just get right into it. Apologies as well for not streaming for a while. Just been really busy with life. Like, I work a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, which enough is long, but I also have assignments to do for university on top of that. So yeah, that's been eating away at my time, and yeah, I kind of have no life. So yeah, so hopefully you stick around and watch me stream for like the brief time that I have to myself. To the Mason system, let's go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like how it works is like you choose different segments and then you investigate that. Anyway, that trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond any doubt. 2 lines in and I'm fucking it up. The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present, but you'll soon be finding out all this for yourself. It's so ominous, this case, I love it. Which of Magnifique Gramarye's disciples pulled that trigger? Now this I don't remember, so that's going to be a little surprise for me. Where did the vanishing defendant, Zach Gramarye, go? I don't remember that either. What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? I kind of remember that. Like, I know who asked for it. And what about the girl who was left behind? I mean, that was a bit obvious. She winds up in Phoenix's care somehow. I just chugged the green tea, so hopefully that lets my voice be soothed enough? I don't know. Nice enough to last the stream. The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. Ooh. It's so cool! So, it doesn't even look like Ace Attorney anymore, do you know what I mean? But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game. Okay. I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended half-finished when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There is something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Magatama. Bring it back! Bring it back! And sing it back. What does it do, you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. Well now, shall we begin? Yet Phoenix is only interested in people with magic powers that let you cheat and figure out whether the person you're defending is actually lying, and by doing so they always defend innocent people. Use L1R1. Phoenix, how do you know that we're breaking the 4-4? To jump between the past and the present. But let's begin 7 years ago in the past. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. He's such a baddie in this game. I don't understand how he's such a baddie. Flip to the present day, and then past. Right. Some really cool scenes, I think, are about to come up. I don't know what order is best to do it in. I'm assuming top to bottom. I'm gonna actually quickly look that up because I kind of want it to be the best for continuity purposes. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Order. I don't know what to put. Order of past cases. I don't know. It's not cases. Okay, that was not. This might take a while. If I can't figure it out in like a minute, then I'll just go from the top. Maybe I should look at a walkthrough, maybe it'll tell me. Then, quickly. I'm not going to spoil myself in terms of what is happening. Quickly, because I don't want to keep people waiting! Maybe I'll edit the video and then cut this bit out. Or not, because it's kind of long. Come on, what's a good one to start with? Oh, that's long. I'm not reading these long-ass articles, like, just tell me. Here we go, this one's good, I think. Pretty sure. I'm hoping. Right, Mason System Investigation. Guys, there's only 2 more segments according to this. After this Mason System bit, it's the final try-on and it's over. So I'm assuming the next stream will be the last one, because I don't think I'm going to be doing it all in one. We'll find out if there's enough time. I don't think there is. Right, it says to start at the past Wright & Co. law offices. See, this is what I'm saying. There's a specific order that is better to do it in. Although you can do these sections in any order, make sure you stop at any points where you don't have the correct evidence to continue and end search. That's what I'm saying. Once the evidence has been found, you can go back to where you are stuck. Speed through the text. This will help you save time if you don't follow the instructions. Okay, I think I'll just do it in the recommended order, because I'm going through all of them and then going back and forth. That's a bit annoying. I think that's what you're supposed to do, but no. The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up to walk away, but I figured I'm the only one who could do this, probably. And besides, I had plenty of time, thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney badge has been revoked. Taken away, I'm just putting words in that wasn't even there. 7 years ago, Wright & Co. law offices. Ooh, morning, Daddy! I'm glad you came. You okay, Daddy? They're picking on you? Ha ha ha! I am fine as always. This old boy is here to help me after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. Oh shit, good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thanks, my first show's today after all. 2 weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office. Trudy, there's something we need to talk about. Where's she been staying? It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. Oh shit. Did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go anywhere you'd like. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird. Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you. Huh? Really? So, if I stay here,
Does that mean you'll be my family?
Huh? I guess so. Getting weirder.
Mr. Attorney?
Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you like. It doesn't have to be today or anything. Oh lord, I hate how sexualized this word has become, but like, oh my god.
Okay, say Daddy.
That was quick. Yes. I'm sorry, this is so funny. Okay.
If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy.
Ah.
Oh, and this office is a little bluff. A little colour goes a long way, you know.
Ah.
Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. You will make it through this.
Trucy, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? Examine the plant. My mentor's favourite plant, Charlie. I guess watering Charlie's my only real job now. Wait, I have a child now. I can't feed Trucy like this. Trucy's like, I'm a father all of a sudden. She probably needs more than the occasional watering too, I'm guessing. Just watering Trucy. Oh lord. Oh, I've got all this evidence to show her. Look at this gun! Should I show her the gun? Be like, look child, a gun. Hey Trucy, see this?
I'm sorry. I don't like guns.
Huh?
I'm still just training to be a magician. I can't make things disappear yet.
What?
Wait 1 more year, I'll be able to make it disappear then.
I'll be sure to be careful when showing evidence to magicians in the future. Okay. Daddy. Why is it making me laugh? I'm not immature, guys. I'm sorry. I don't even laugh, like, at daddy jokes. But when it's me saying it, it's a different story. I'm laughing at me saying it.
So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right?
You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me, for Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law if you were to ask some people.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should call it an agency instead.
You mean like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You got me, don't you? I'm a professional.
A professional?
Yep. After all, I'm directly descended from the famous St. Grammary.
Directly descended? He's your father.
Oh, and now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. Daddy. Could you tell me a bit about your daddy, Zach Grammary?
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
Oh, which daddy was that again?
Daddy's so amazing.
Take a shot every time I say daddy.
Biggest star of street grammary, and they're big.
The Grammarys. They were on television a lot. Haven't seen him on much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zach and Valent Grammary together, you know. Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage.
So, oh, Trucy Enigma is what her surname is. That's bizarre. Trucy Enigma. No, Trucy Wright.
And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall.
Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top.
I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
Ugh, I shouldn't have brought that up so soon.
I wonder what will happen to me when Daddy and Mummy both gone.
Mommy? Yeah, what about Mummy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother.
But I have my magic, and I'm the great Daddy even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are going to be okay.
I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. Yes, tell me about her. Could you tell me about your mummy, if it's okay?
Mummy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
On stage? You mean with your daddy?
Yep. She was always there with Zack and Vance, smiling. But then she went away.
Went away?
It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back.
Maybe so.
I cried then. A lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here.
This is your mother? She's beautiful.
Her name's Talasa Grammary.
Poor girl. I didn't know her mummy had gone missing. And now her daddy's vanished too, right before her eyes.
Hey, Daddy, you won't...
Don't worry, I won't vanish, I promise.
Right, you can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan.
I guess all I rate is as a backup plan. So, Trucy, you're professional.
Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs.
They say that?
I always thought it was funny though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid.
Right, so in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy.
That's right. Well, want to see a trick?
You're going to do a magic trick? Please show me. Actually, I would love to see a magic trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da!
Hey folks, it's Mr. Hack. I gotta say, it's good to be seen. Yeah! Whoa, that was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat, isn't he great?
Your friendly neighbourhood Mr. Hat at your service. He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
Though my breathings do get a little bit heady at times. Ha! Get it? Heady. My friendly neighbourhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask so much all at once like that.
It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Wright Talent Agency opens tomorrow.
What? But are we representing anyone?
Me and you, that takes two, Daddy.
I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent.
Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at.
Well, when you put it that way.
You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket.
Okay. I'll think of something.
That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy.
Welcome to the team, Daddy-O. The team, right. Poor Trucy. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy smiling Trucy, she was my light. Oh, Phoenix! Feeny Weeny! You're so cute! Anyway. Right, defendant lobby number 2 apparently is next. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I didn't want to have to remember that day. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in his way, this trial is over. Ah, Your Honour. Yes, Mr. Zack. There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I am talking about this! Mr. Enigma! The defendant is safe. Find him quick. Bailiff goes all the access from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge, but now, like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir? Oh, here we go, another guy into a voice. Down on your hands! Down on your head! Now, now, now! What's the big idea? My ears! I feel like oh my god! Don't mind me, guys, I just almost destroyed my room. No unauthorized personnel that's allowed in here! But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. I just say it like it is, though, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. We've met before, haven't we? On a case 2 years ago? No, God, if I could freaking read his minds properly. No, oh my god! Recollection. It's not a hard word. No recollection of that, sir. Huh? For me, working on a case is always at the present of progressive tense, sir. There is no past, there is only now, sir. Okay, you're the bailiff, right? Yes, sir. Court bailiff Mike Meek is at your service, sir. I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape. Let me try and make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir. But you were a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So, you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing? I'm dying over here! Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir! Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. I guess I wasn't the only victim. The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this. But last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me! That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing. So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff. But your uniform? I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired. That can't be legal. So you were the one who left the magician to get away that day? I'm dying over here! A star rising as I'm under court's bailiff full of hope, and tragedy strikes. Is there anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Gramarie's disappearance? On humanity! That's enough of that. I feel like I could do a different voice to him. Well, yes! I'd say it was around 2 PM when I heard a commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slammed, and some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face! So, you saw someone suspicious coming your way? Yes! And I, being bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk cat all the way down the hall, sir. I have a diagram of the court building. Oh shit. I have a diagram of the court building here. Aha! There's courtroom number 7, that's where I was, sir! All by myself, never afraid to call my own! Okay, and which way did Zach Gramarye run after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up like this, and around the corner like that! So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw that magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why, I remember it like it was right here, because it was lobby number 2, sir. You ran into this room? I don't see any place to hide in here. Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here in this courtroom, the magician gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't any smoke, he was just gone! That's impossible. Yes, that word! Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying! I'm dying over here! Okay, I won't say it again, promise. But you have to admit it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Why the pause? There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir. How can he talk so loud and still be hiding something? So Zach was in this room when he vanished? Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That red silk hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here, right inside this room. Silk hat, cape. That's Zach, all right. But sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do. But nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir! Ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking? You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Oh my goodness, you lying son of a police. Psyche locks, I should have known. My Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I get during a certain case. It can show me the locks on people's hearts. And if I can unlock their hearts, they'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all. And the Magatama ends it. Damn. Oh. I was trying to press the button. Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out. Hey! What's with the atmosphere here all of a sudden? You know something, and I'm going to find out what. Zach Grammary vanished from this room. How'd he do it? How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say as I stir. Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something? Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here and... Listen! It was impossible! What could such a lovely girl do anyway? Little girl, what did you just say? Yeah, sir, did I just say something, sir? No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in this room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm going to have to invoke my right to remain silent, in a state of not talking. That is... I keep making up words that aren't even there. I'm sorry, guys. It's okay, Meekins, you don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was in this room that day. Sorry! I've never seen that girl until just the other day. So... Oh, I missed that bit. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. Sir! Sir, that day, she was here in the room, sir. But he wasn't! You mean you chased her into this room, not him? Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was not how to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician. 7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Grammary. But if you saw something, therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? I guess that's why you have to do the talking to Trucy first. What's that? That girl's favourite trick, the amazing Mr. Hat. She uses it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar? So, it wasn't a walking dream, was it, sir? Come again? That night on stage I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat, he really exists! Well. I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. Zach Grammary exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the corner room, sir! Zach Gregory, don't even think you can escape me, Kins! Down on your hands, floor on your head! Hello?
Something the matter, mister?
No, that is... Sir, I am currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Gregory, do you know him?
Oh, I love the Zach Gregory. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan.
I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room.
But no one's in here except me.
But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting. Under the rug. So, Trucy was his accomplice. Imagine my astonished surprise when 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him! Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes! For a while, I thought it had been a long dream. A dream that lasted a week? But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat. Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door and out came Zach. That wasn't all. Another person got in on the act and she was standing in front of lobby 2. Along with Mr. Hat. Oh, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? So, while you were standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner and most likely runs through the closest door into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm pursuit, and at that very moment Trucy runs into lobby number 2. Then all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. So I only lost sight of him for the briefest moment. Then I saw that cake! That Gregory's red cake fluttering like a... Hey! Astounding, sir! All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries wasted! It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die! Or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait! Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you suffered on account of this case. It's an honour, sir. I've apologised to people many, many times, sometimes more than once. But this is the first time anyone's ever apologised to me! Actually, about that girl, I'm sort of her guardian now. Is that so? Sir, you should know that I harbour no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbour! Okay. I let the defendant escape, that's the stone cold truth! Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues! Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great detective Gumshoe! Mr. Meekins, this is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want. It's an honour, sir! Sir, I can't count the number of things I've taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free! Right! I'll see you in the court next time then, sir. I look forward to it. I'm quite worried that all my shouting has made echoes on the video. I feel like it has. Oh well. All eyes were on Zach Gramery that day in court until his mysterious disappearance. Now, part of the mystery has been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. Out of sight, out of mind. It would be 7 years before I met him again. I guess we go here. Borscht Bowl Club. Borscht. Oh my. I'll be taking my leave now. Still have some work to do back at the office. Then I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. This rigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Later then. 2 hours left on my shift. Wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. Do you know who I am? Oh, who I am? No, but if you hum it, I can play it. Just kidding, I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh, a customer. I was just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys. I seek true competition. I have heard at the Bowl Club, is the place of this. Now I see the rumor is true. And this is a friend of yours?
Ah, don't mind me. I'm just your friendly neighbourhood newsman.
Not fucking him again. Sorry, I don't like him. He will not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. This competition will be between us, no others. How does Phoenix not recognise him? The Wright Talent Agency represents 2 artists, and I'm number 2. I play piano, well, sort of. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started, I don't remember. But I'm good, real good. It didn't take long for the rumours to get around. Go to the Bowl Club if you want a real game. That guy's never lost. People don't come to hear me tickle the ivory, they come to watch me play cards. Is this a CD poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes, there's no money involved. But real players carry cash, and they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Then let's compete. I'll take you to the room. The hideout, yes. But before we go... That was not his voice, sorry. Yes? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shady Smith.
Oh, and I'm Brashel Spy, Brashel, news reporter.
Oh, I'm... No. Phoenix Wright. Huh? You must always look a man in the eye when you make your introductions. You still do not know who I am? Have we met? Ah! Oh, he did know it was him. Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. He looks exactly the same. What are you talking about, Phoenix?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this. And again with the same flashback we just saw.
Very sorry for
You can't be, but you're... Zach Gramarye?
Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Pity I have an only audience of 1.
You. Zach Gramarye? This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy's ruined my life.
You there?
Duh?
We will play soon. Ready to room.
Duh. I will be preparing the hideout for you.
Are you really him? The Zach Gramarye?
Now I'm Shady Smith. Remember this.
How many years has it been now? 6?
In exactly 3 days from now, it will be 7.
I caused you much inconvenience, I fear. Yeah, you could say that. Is she well?
Trucy, I mean.
She's fine. I've got her working already, I hope you don't mind.
I need hardly express my gratitude, but you have it. This is why I have come. That, and to settle a matter of cards.
By which you mean poker? Those eyes, he's serious.
I despise losing above all else, and so I have decided that I will win tonight, no matter what it takes.
I know this guy's type, and they're dangerous. Everything about the competition, all else is secondary.
Perhaps we should take this time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me, and I, you.
Alright then. We competed that day 7 years ago too. Ah, yes. You must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue. Is it echoing? I don't know why. Hello? Okay, maybe it's not. Oh, I think it was. It's only a little bit. I think it's the louder I get, then it echoes. But sometimes I have to be loud. You know what I mean? Anyway, 2, 4, 6, 1. Showdown time. Poker. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I played for a long time, and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. You choose your defense attorneys by playing poker. Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know that you do. Trucy's power. Trucy, she's in a class of her own. For 7 years I've played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club, and I've never lost once. I'm good, but not that good. I win because whenever there's a big game I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals.
Daddy, he's got a good hand. You might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon.
Can you tell me what her power is? Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a staple of performance magic. But those of Trucy's line possess far greater skill. Her line? Recall you were the second man to whom I lost. Magnifique Gramarye. That was the first time I learned of this power, as you call it. Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? It's just in the Gramarye blood or something? Blood. I'm sorry, but this is not something so told lightly to outsiders. And it is nothing you need to know at this time. It's some kind of Gramarye secret then. Fine. Oh, I don't think I can open that one. Can I? Okay, I guess not. Just yet. Because that's come back later. She's 15 this year. She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know. I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause. Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go? Yes, and for that I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty that day because of this. This? A transferal of rights. You see the signature? A transferal? That's Magnifique Gramarye's signature, isn't it? I hereby give all my rights to the secrets, staging, and performance of my magic to the recipient named below. And the recipient's name is you, Zach Gramarye. Yes, it is I. Wait, this page looks torn. You recall the diary, yes? First, take a close look at this diary. Note that the page has been clearly ripped out. As it just so happens, I have it here what I believe to be the missing page. Wait, let me see that. And then it was fake. How could I forget? That scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from the book. Magnifique gave it to me that night. You could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier. Once again, I must apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from that courtroom. The greatest of Magnifique Gramarye's illusions are true art. As such, they are well protected by this document. Only its bearer may perform its illusions on stage. Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple. As the rightful heir to his art, I too wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I chose as my successor. Your daughter. That is why I've risked all to come here tonight. Brush up. Sir! Oh shit, what's his voice? Sir, here you go. What's this? A letter confessing the rights I have inherited to Trucy. I would have you sign here as a witness. But, I'm not a lawyer anymore. And you need a public notary, besides.
I may not look it, but I'm a certified notary.
You are?
By day, I wear a notary's glasses and hunt for news. Also by day, I wear a reporter's glasses and notarize. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well.
Nobody... Oh, Lord. Your signature, please. This is the first reason I have come here tonight. I finally figured it out. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said. Precisely. There's a law that covers your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased. So if someone has to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day. Not to mention all of their possessions. Exactly, which is why I'm here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of this document, before my 7 years are up. You might say I am securing my daughter's inheritance. But do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trucy inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. This case? Yes, I received the performance rights from Magnifi Grammary. However, this was done in secret, without witnesses. Before Magnifi died, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself, Zach Grammary, and Valent Grammary. Not Trucy. I see, so you do need this document. I have known Brushel since before I vanished. He is a man I trust. Now, only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trucy's background, and found you had no other close kin. It is as you say. Okay. I was kind of hoping he was going to talk about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trucy's mother is a mystery. This person in the photo is Trucy's mother. How did you come by this? Trucy showed it to me. She said her mother was gone. Then it is so. Huh? She is gone. What more is there to say? Lots.
I know.
Whoa, you're still here?
According to my in-depth research, Trucy's mother, Magnifi Grammary's only daughter. End quote.
What? Magnifi's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Zack?
Russell, you say too much. What? Why am I the bad guy? Why?
Zack decked him. Just punched him up in the face. I'm glad he got to do it, and I want to do it, but oh well. In any case, Mr. Wright, this discussion is over. Thalassa Grammary. She's the most mysterious of the whole lot. I need to gather me some more evidence, clearly. Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction. Shall we begin our game? My final competition. Final? Why? As you said, I have come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. Once that is done, I shall slip once more underground. Without seeing your daughter? It would be best if I did not. 7 years ago we played. 7 years ago I lost. I already lost to Magnifi. I do not care to lose to another. And I have heard that you never lose. It's just a rumour. Yes, for it is impossible to never lose unless one has an ace up one's sleeve. As a magician, it causes me no end of irritation. To think a mere lawyer might be out there pulling the wool over so many eyes. Hey, I just signed your court document for you. Maybe you could try lighting it up? That was that. This is this. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record, Phoenix Wright. This will be my final performance. You are warned. This guy's beyond serious. So much for a fun evening of cards. Brushel, you may leave.
But it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop.
I punch and I punch, but still it is not enough.
I just remember the future, prior engagement. Toodles, gentlemen. Oh, and nice meeting you, Piano Man.
He just wants to fuck him up. Then let us begin. Diga,
Da,
you be our witness to our competition.
da, it is honor for me.
Question mark? Why haven't I seen her around here before? Ah, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe, was his name. You know him? After a fashion. Listen, Phoenix, Wright. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. The Gramarye's power. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. And I knew where to get it. Trucy's mother. I need to meet that reporter again, that was clear. And one other thing. From the moment my final competition with Zack began that night, the name was running through my head. The name of a man now in prison. The name Zack Gramarye knew, but how and why? Oh, and so... Oh, this bit's exciting. I'm excited! Let me take a gulp quickly before we get into this bit, because it's exciting for me. I don't know if drinking a fizzy drink is a good idea, but oh well. I ain't got anything else at the moment. Or a soda, if you're in America. Soda. You should get the orange soda, it's amazing. Okay, I'll get the strawberry soda. Well, well, isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confines? Gavin.
Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago.
My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction.
Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? You look well, Phoenix Wright.
You too, Gavin. Can we look around your cell? Like, what's going on in here? Ooh, that's her. That envelope's been bothering me since I came in here.
It's not nice to peek at other people's mail.
You get mail in jail?
That I do. Though they read it first, apparently. Still, I am allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages of the like are a different matter, however.
Looks like sneaking a peek is out of the question.
Life has been full of surprises for both of us. I've no doubt you never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours.
And I'll bet you never expected to wind up here.
Shady Smith
was the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was?
Who he was?
Zack Gramarye, you know the defendant.
I remember him, of course. But you say Smith was Zack?
Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was a coincidence.
What did I just say?
Life is full of surprises, don't you think? After that trial, you were arrested and found guilty, but your motive was never made clear. A mistake I plan to remedy.
You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix Wright. What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I'm an evil human being. Isn't that enough?
Not for me, it isn't. I need to know why you did it, Gavin.
You recall that case 7 years ago? Ah, yes. The trial where Zack Gramarye pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it?
That was when I met you, wasn't it?
Was it now? The Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment. Unanimous, save for one dissenting opinion, yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position after all. For 7 years we've been friends, and yet I still don't understand you. But Wright, your friendship towards me was never pure. You suspected me then as you still do now, don't you? Honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I think. You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bowl for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remembered something. The night of our game. Zach Gramarye mentioned your name, Gavin. Why do you... We just did this. Stop with the recaps. Oh. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me. Because I remember your kindness back when everyone had turned on me. My nose is getting a bit stuffy, I don't know why. And my throat's getting a bit dry. Whew! But we're gonna power through. I have to know. Why did you kill Shady Smith? No! Zach Gramarye! Okay. Whoa! I've never seen Psyche locks like these. Dark. Cold. Full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life is to be taken easy, you know. He's doing his nails. You're thinking, what self-respecting man would use self-nail polish? Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say? One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. First rate in all things, except nothing less. That certainly does look like first rate nail polish. I like that sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please have one. It's on me. I've already looked at the envelope. Alright then, I guess that's it. I figured you'd come here sooner or later. I decided on sooner, Drew Measham, was it? I haven't done anything illegal. And I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask some questions. I suppose you have that right. That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes calmly watching. I admit it made quite an impression on me. I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. Phoenix Wright, was it? I'll answer what I can. I'm not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched intensely. Ah, this is my daughter. Vera, say hello. She's gone. Shall we begin then? Judging from this place, you're a painter? Not a sadly profitable one. I've never sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment. I would be able to get by were it only me.
Your daughter?
Her mother grew weary of me and left. I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation.
Forgeries.
Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen. And who knows what my copies are made for, used for.
But some of your works aren't paintings, correct?
You may not believe me when I tell you this, but that was my first work outside of a painting.
What?
To think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never even imagined the possibility.
Then why did you take the job?
I was well paid, very well paid.
I think he feels worse about it than I do. The past is hard to escape.
Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course.
Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him.
Things is like, look what you did! Look! This is it! Where is it?
Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy, but that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. And you have to tell me.
I knew it would be difficult to escape this.
Then let's talk.
Tell me about it, baby.
Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did?
It was unlike anything I had attempted before.
I guess it would be a little different from paintings.
That is not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy.
This wasn't a copy.
The client gave me two things that day. The first was a sample page as reference. The second, a printed document I can only surmise was written by my client.
So you used the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote?
Yes. As I said, it was my first job of that nature.
So, who was your client?
As I said in court, I do not know.
Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester.
I never met them. Not personally.
Psycholog, of course. It seems you're hiding something still. Something about this work. Can we figure it out? Let's try. Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Measham?
I'm sorry, but I don't really know. I never met the client.
True, when I asked the client's name, there were no psyche locks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense.
Why are you doing this to me?
Well, I've made my stand, no backing down now. So what's Measham hiding? The forger. I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you said.
What is it then?
You told me what you knew about the client, and I couldn't see any psycholocks.
Psycholocks? Is that some sort of asylum of security, or a new hairstyle, perhaps?
Phoenix, stop going around saying those things. But then they did show up, didn't they? He's like, what are you talking about? Who was your client?
As I said in court, I do not know.
Really? Even for such a suspicious request? Why am I reading it when it literally just... Oh my god. I need a compilation of every single time they do a flashback and I get mad about it. Not personally. Those words triggered the psyche lock.
Again with those psychologs. Now I really must know what they are.
So, you didn't meet with the client, but someone else did? Maybe the real forger behind this evidence?
Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business, but I'm afraid you've lost me.
Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about psyche locks, even though you are. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there.
And your conclusion is?
The real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Measham.
Poppycock! I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio, who else could it have been but me?
That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. The real forger at Truth Studio is... Talasa! I'm joking. The real forger is your daughter, Vera Measham, isn't it?
Ridiculous! My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been one for landscapes, not surrealism.
Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. I've got you now. The only two people with access to the studio are you and your daughter. The psyche lock tells me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility.
I feel very much on the verge of going psycho-lock myself.
Phoenix is just going around telling people that they have psyche locks, and they're like, "What?" And he keeps on, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And he just goes with it.
I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter Vera, not I. She's only 12, a genius you might call her.
A precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot about that going around recently.
I let her play in the studio and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. The drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now.
Do I detect a bit of fatherly pride? So Vera was the one who made the page. Would she know who the client was then?
Actually, the client came once. Here to the studio.
What? Why didn't you say sooner?
But their face was covered, and they did not want to talk to me.
So they talked to your daughter?
I will speak only with the artists, the client told me.
Then that little girl was the key to our mystery client's true identity. Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more. Or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? Wait, save it. I didn't even investigate the room. Oh, there's loads of things. Maybe I just sidle on over here for a closer look. That's an awfully small frame. What's that inside it? A stamp?
Please do not touch that, I'll get in trouble. That stamp belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it on somewhere she can see it.
That's Zack and Valen, the Grammarys, isn't it?
Post office issued that commemorative stamp last year, when the Grammarys were at the height of their popularity.
Not anymore. Now that one of them has vanished off the face of the earth.
Vera went to see one of their shows when she was quite small. She's been a dedicated fan ever since. She watched them every time they came on TV until the end.
I see.
That stamp's quite hard to come by, I hear. I still wonder how that girl got her handles on it.
I don't know why I'm putting words in. Okay, I think it's better to sort that now. Mr. Meekham, I have a request.
Let me guess, you'd like to speak with my daughter.
Can I?
My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy, extremely so actually. With only one exception, which was, oddly enough, it was that client. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished and she was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort.
Please, let me speak with her.
All right.
Uh-oh, this could be tough. Let's show her the stamp. And then there's this.
My stamp.
Hey, she spoke. She can talk. Yeah, so did Stamp. How can I keep her talking? Great magicians. Isn't Troop Grammary amazing?
Uh,
Yes?
oh,
I especially like those two, Zack and Valent. I mean, they're just so magical.
aren't they? Aren't they?
Yeah, whenever I go to their on their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know?
Me too, me too. I love them. They're so cool. It's like magic. Yeah.
All right, she's talking, not saying much, but it's the start.
I went and I saw them with Father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Grammary Museum of Magic.
The Grammary Museum, they have one of those? I guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows?
Just once when I was little with Father. The Grammary's on stage. It was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together, they do it all.
Yeah, maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Zack and Valent, maybe?
Oh, sure.
All right, better get asking before she changes her mind.
I don't go outside much. I like to paint in here.
Why don't you like the outside?
There's bad people out there.
Well, true, but there are lots of good people too. Actually, I should tell you, she was almost kidnapped once. Kidnapped? Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. I see. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Grammary Museum. With you, in fact. Ah, yes, actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. That was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me.
That person gave me a good luck charm.
A good luck charm?
For when I absolutely had to go outside.
Yes, apparently she's received something. A gift. From that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was.
Father, I told you to keep that a secret.
From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. So your father tells me you're good at painting all these sorts of things.
I really like painting. A lot. Father's always very happy when I paint them exactly the same.
So you did this too?
Oh yes, that was my first job.
Your first?
All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. But this was totally different. The pen slips and the way the writer held the pen and the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze it on the computer.
She seems happy. Odd, her work was the last nail in the Grammary coffin. I guess no one told her.
They're the best in the world.
Huh? Oh, you mean Troop Grammary? Of course.
Father gave it to me.
Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it.
Oh, I guess I just took it, yeah.
Took it?
Father got a letter from that person.
That person? You mean that letter was from the client?
Oh, we talked about the Grammarys forever that day. I'm not sure. I'm sure that's why I sent that stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it.
They're a sneaky one, this client. So they were trying to get on her good side. So, you met the person that asked you to do this job? And you talked with them? What's this about a good luck charm you received?
I can't talk about it.
Eh?
If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told.
Yeah, but I really, really have to know. Right, time to do some psyche unlocking. Quickly gonna take a drink because my throat is dry. How long have I been streaming? Okay, not that. Only an hour and 15 minutes.
quickly drink because my throat and my nose are dry. Hope I'm not getting ill. I think I am. But I haven't streamed in ages, so yeah. The client. You seem to trust this client. You seem to trust this client quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp.
No, that's not why. They listened to me, to my problem.
The problem that keeps her inside all the time?
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm.
A good luck charm that your client gave you. I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? This was what they gave you, wasn't it?
Ah!
The same bottle's over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right?
I heard once. Cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power.
Ah, of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting any more on that one. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was this the client? It's all starting to come together. This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually.
I promised. I promised not to tell. I'm sorry, I can't talk about the client. I promised. And if I break my promise, the spell won't work.
I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then?
I think they might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel.
What do you mean?
I saw it, or I think I saw it when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's?
No, the client was gentle with a gentle smile.
So where do you see this devil, then?
It was so quick, I don't remember well. But that's when I knew that person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm.
I'm not sure what this devil she saw was, but it's pretty clear that Christoph Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now. I thought he covered his identity, so how does she know it's him? Or maybe he covered it from her, from him. Yeah, I guess he hid his identity from him and then showed it to the daughter or something, I don't know. I'm sorry for what happened. If you want to apologise, try my client, Zach Grammary.
Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Your eyes, they're sad, very sad.
I'll put on a smile next time I come, I promise. I hope to see your smile then too, Vera.
Oh, okay.
Take care. Aw. She's sweet, I love her. But, yeah, it's sad that she's gone through a lot. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realised it, it was already too late.
What strange sight doth my eyes behold?
Excuse me?
Two men on either side of a single transparent pane. Yet it seems fickle fate has switched sides, so to speak. The forger of fakes walks freely, while the innocent languishes within these plexiglass,
Oh my god, I can't speak.
confines.
There's been no proof that I forged anything.
Nor proof that I took the life of my dear mentor. Yet these chains cannot hold me for long. The stage awaits. And what, may I ask, awaits you?
A little piano in a cold little hole in the wall.
But since you are here, What shall we discuss?
The shooting of Magnifique Gramarye for one. Who pulled that trigger, Valent or his partner Zack? His partner vanished before the answer could be found. If I'm going to get any closer to the truth, this is the place to start. Why has everyone got to be shooting each other for?
I have to hand it to my partner. He knows how to make an exit. That's talent.
Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear and he never even touched it.
Glory's spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows. Yet his very disappearance itself is a revelation.
Revealing what?
Zack Gramarye killed Magnifique. It's as good as a signed confession.
That's certainly been public's opinion on it. That's certainly been a public's... Oh, that's certainly been public opinion's take on it.
I grow tired of my cage, and the time of my release is near. I must go and prepare.
Planning on jumping back into the magic right away?
As long as the audience waits with bated breath, they will be Valent. And also,
Yes?
now that my partner has disappeared, Magnifique's repertoire is mine. Valent Gramarye has a tradition to uphold.
Is that true?
Seen in its light, the trial was quite good for me. Verdict or no. And you can't pay for that kind of publicity.
Right then. Any publicity is good for, I guess, for some people. The suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Valent. After all, you received one of those letters too. You were just as obligated to follow Magnifique's instructions as your partner.
So I was, but only Zack Gramarye followed them. Let us not speak any more of who shot what. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot.
I'm more interested in learning something else, actually.
What might that be?
I want to know what Magnifique had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him?
The trick up his sleeve? Ha ha ha! Perhaps you do not know.
Know what?
The great magician never reveals his secrets.
Alright then. I didn't think it would be that easy.
The audience must remain forever in the audience, bathing in the reflected glow of the spotlight.
Yeah. And then we shove this little twirly little green block in your face and then we'll see what
To say about that.
I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one. There must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth. And that's what I'm going to find. To ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world, that's asking someone to commit murder.
Yes, our mentor was fond of dramatic moves and dramatic finales.
And he got his wish, his life was taken. What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? My guess is it was a matter of life or death.
Care to explain?
Your troupe lives in the world of showmanship. The flashier the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it?
Let us make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, then show it.
The gun? I don't know.
Why, that's one of ours.
Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet, one shot.
What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers.
I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valent. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident.
Zack and Valent's quick draw shoot him. How long has it been since those shots were last heard?
Was the shooting cancelled because someone might get hurt?
Of course, what other reason could there be?
Well, it could have been cancelled because someone has already been hurt.
Fascinating,
I don't know what that says. Forstian?
Forging friend. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol?
Well, tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage?
The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim was shot?
Looks like I've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. A life was sacrificed so that the show might go on, and this shows who it was.
But that's...
Zach Granmary's wife and Trucy's mother. Thalassa, I believe, was her name.
Ah! Alakazar! But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets?
Still in denial mode, eh? Thalassa was at the greatest risk of being shot, and this clearly shows just how much danger she was in. She was an assistant. Troop Granmary's performances were very, very popular. So popular they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame.
We were not merely the latest craze, we were an age, a golden age.
It's all here on this stamp. There's Thalassa, yes? Trucy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her?
I don't know.
Part of his memory is still locked up.
There is one thing you're failing to address.
What's that?
As you say, our troop was a world unto itself. If our leader Magnifi was so inclined, he could hide anything he wished with ease. But, Mr. Wright, then he would have hid a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail.
Vannett's got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident and Magnifi covered it up, his innocence would come into question.
Found the right address, Mr. Wright?
I'm so close, there has to be something. About how Thalassa's death could affect Zach and Vannett's relationship with Magnifi.
I see it in your eyes, you still have something to say. How could you possibly prove more than you already have?
I'll prove why Thalassa's accident tied your hands so completely. With a person. It's going to take a little knowledge of the players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zach's wife tied both your hands, and this information proves why Magnifi held so much power over you. Because she was the daughter. It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem.
What do you mean?
She was Zach Granmary's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnifi Granmary's only daughter.
Ugh.
There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to Magnifi's power over you, I don't know what was.
It was an accident!
Oh my goodness. Voice is getting a bit sore, but I'm pretty sure we're almost at the end of this.
There's no proof, none at all!
But Thalassa went missing, and your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together.
Ours was a complex family.
You mean Troop Granmary? Nah. The master, Magnifi Granmary, his only daughter, and his two disciples. That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident. But that is all it was, an accident.
Zach and Valence tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly straight towards that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, sing, pow, into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And tragedy. But as for whose bullets stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer. Thalassa disappeared from our lives, and Zach was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnifi his daughter.
And that led to blackmail, I take it. It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls. Why did Magnifi Granmary try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say was a critical time for Troop Granmary. A passing of the torch from Magnifi to Zach and Valent. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all, yet.
Even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? In time, we, myself, and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnifi's wishes. Magnifi forced us to perform his art for his benefit. I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter. But do you not find cowardice in his actions? Huh? To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing, but then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads? Things were dark behind the scenes in Troop Grammary, that's for sure. Does Trucy know? She was not told, naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life? True. I had not thought of that accident for a very long time. I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot. Not to find Magnifi's slayer, I should think. True. After that accident, there was one who came sniffing quite persistently. A reporter? He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking around the dressing room doing his research. Would you happen to remember his name? What was his name? Sorry, I've forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zack. I liked him not. I see. His name I do not recall, but his scent, the cloying aroma of mint. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often. I see, thanks for your help. It does not go... Oh god, it does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds. I'm sorry. But fuck you. I had begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over Troop Grammary, and I began to realise what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned, the newsman, I never learned who that was at the time. Though I've got a good idea who it is now, that smile and the sickly sweet smell of mint. The last floss thin thread connecting Zack Grammary to this world. Sooner or later I'd have to track him down.
Brushel, who speaks like this, because he is a weirdo.
Not that if you speak like that you're weird, it's just, I don't know. Let's see, where to next? Let's go to the studio! Oh lord. Not this toothbrush again. He's so bizarre. I wonder how they came up with this guy's character design. They really just said, let's take a toothbrush and make it the entire character. Like, he looks like a toothbrush, he's got a toothbrush, he's got minty breath, and yeah. That's about it. I don't know what his weird, like, antics are. Look at his behaviour. What's he doing? Anyway. Sorry, but he annoys me.
Hey? Well, what do we have here?
Remember me? Bastard.
Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar. End quote.
Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Misha was poisoned and his daughter's...
Oh yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes to track down case just a little quicker. End quote.
Were you on the trail of this case the whole time?
Zack Grammary was a good friend.
Zack said something to that effect back at the Waterfall Club.
What a character, what a man. If a little, no a lot, no extremely rough around the edges.
Do you think I could ask you a few questions?
Oh, are you serious? I'm usually the interviewer, not the interviewee. Journalists ask questions, not the other way round. End quote. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately.
Cough it up, Brushel. It was tragic what happened to Mr. Meacham and his daughter.
Forgery is a serious crime and they pay the price. You know what really did them in know, don't you?
Yes, a forged diary page.
The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Meacham I hadn't known.
What's that?
You know, he always felt like he was being watched.
Every day. Oh.
Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes. End quote.
Being watched? You mean he felt guilty?
No, I'm not talking about feelings here.
You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of the neck, freaks out. End quote.
Because you felt guilty?
Why would I feel guilty?
You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means. Drew Meacham felt like he was being watched, and you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves?
Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure is being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Granbury got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then, for 7 years, he talks to no one, not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made.
And then he dies.
Starting to put the pieces together, are we?
And you were being watched this whole time?
Maybe not just me, maybe you were too.
Me?
Everyone's being watched. I met Zach through that case, actually.
You mean the shooting of Magnifique Grammary?
No, before that. It's not widely known.
You mean the accident? During the quick draw shooting practice?
My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy, all for me.
You... women? Okay.
I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now.
Oh lord.
Valent Grammary.
Oh, Valent Grammary did mention one particularly nosy reporter.
In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifique Grammary at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa was it.
Really?
Then Thalassa disappeared quite suddenly at that, and Magnifique wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of a scoop, goes on feeling frenzy. End quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zach Grammary. Something strange was in the air over at Troop Grammary in those days. The whole screwy mentor controlling disciples seemed started by then, I'm guessing.
Wait, that wasn't him, was it? That was Phoenix. Oh, it wasn't. Okay, never mind. It sounded like it was something Phoenix would say.
Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me off the record.
Sorry, I don't know.
Anyway, I kept trying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice or 5 times, but over time, he came to see me as his confidant.
And you could be a friend.
He's been waiting this whole time, 7 years, eh?
Waiting?
For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnifique miracle. Of course it was all a dream.
Because of this? The performance rights.
In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valent?
So Valent waited until Zach died, legally at least.
The time finally comes, and Valent's like a kid on Christmas morning.
He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know.
If that document sees the light of day, legal light of day, he's going to be put out a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valent Grammary. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love too.
Love?
It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle.
That is pretty classic.
When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue and backstabbing.
And in the middle of it all is this Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this. I don't know why. I don't like the way I said that, so I laughed. It was a bit too bleak. I was like, then she died. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Yeah, we keep saying that. Let's see if he has anything to say about her. I'm just going to show it to most people. Mr. Brushell, do you know this person?
Do I know that person? Of course. I was friends with Zach, after all. He hit me a few times, 5 times actually. But still, I never forget his wife. I wanted her for myself. I thought my minty breath would subdue her and sway her over to my direction, but I guess she liked the Spaniards better. We don't know if he's actually Spanish. I'm just interpreting that for absolutely no reason at all.
Thalassa Gramarye. Magnifi Gramarye's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me about her?
Well, why the heck not?
Oh lord. My nose is going to be killing me after doing his voice.
So, Thalassa married Zack and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually.
You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before.
Not quite. Her late husband was a performer too. Apparently he died during some gig. Tragic, really. They had only been married 1 year.
I didn't know.
Ah, but she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know.
That's weird. That's not weird at all.
I've known Trucy since she was a little thing too. She got the best deal, really. She's got you for family, after all.
Oh, what do you mean, Brussel?
Just reminiscing, you know. Thalassa has another child besides Trucy, end quote.
What? But Trucy said she's an only child.
Ah, yes, this one she had with her previous husband.
Her previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance?
Yeah, they had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now.
Thalassa had another child? Do you think I could borrow that photo?
Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know.
I won't need this locket anymore. Throw it away. Oh, better return it to Trucy before I forget.
People and events all get tangled together and get bigger and bigger. Don't you think?
I was too busy wondering about Bigoro to listen to what you were saying.
Sometimes you just gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think.
Maybe so, but still. I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I find to those who come next.
Next, you say?
I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this little play. Apparently that's not my role anymore.
Magnifique.
Hmm?
I was just wondering what Magnifique would think of all this.
What do you mean?
Haven't you seen it in Trucy? She's got its power.
You mean how I can't lie to Trucy?
It was the same with Magnifique. And with his daughter, Thalassa.
It's a strange thing. You think it's got some Gramarye gene?
Magnifique told me once back when Zack married Thalassa. He said Zack had good eyes. But not good like the Gramarye's eyes, not that good.
I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Gramarye secret was?
Maybe nobody, now that Zack's gone.
Zack Gramarye. It's quite fascinating. The plot has finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Gramarye fabric and grew, swallowing everything. Wrapping itself around the Gramarye's power. The power which passed from Magnifique Gramarye to Thalassa to the next generation. And I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together. Oh, my battery on my phone's dying. Where's my charger? I thought I was charging my phone this whole time. I guess I wasn't. Why is it not plugged in? That's kind of ridiculous of myself. Okay. Let's see if we can do his locks now. Okay, I have to know more about this power of Trucy's. It's like she can see right through into people's minds. The first time I saw her do it, it blew mine. And
And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you. Gotta use the resources at hand, I always say. Yet I myself... Oh god, sorry. I myself have no such power. But Trucy does. Why is that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother? Thalassa Gramarye?
I will not speak of that.
Thalassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. Because... she was Magnafy's daughter. The three of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame. One that not many know. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Valiant, Gramarye's bullets.
It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa?
I'm sure Valiant would say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murderer I might mention.
Damn you.
Her eyes. I loved Thalassa's eyes. To think they could read my mind was frightening. Yet, there was a warmth in them that felt like an embrace. She is dead, and Magnafy Gramarye has joined her. So the only one with her power left now is Trucy? Mr. Zack? I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else, someone other than Trucy, someone who inherited Thalassa's power.
How would I know?
My chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred. There is someone else with the power, and I know who. It's Apollo! This boy? His name is... I forget. Something weird. Who could he be? An attorney. Attorney? I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices.
So, what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? You can show me pictures of strange boys all you like, but you could at least say something like, I'm this boy, I could use a laugh.
Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa. Actually, it's more of a ring.
A ring?
Perhaps this will refresh your memory. I just so happen to have evidence showing this missing link. Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second.
How did you know this?
Her first husband, he died a year after they were wed, yes? He was a performer. They met when he joined us Gramaryes as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child with Den? I have a photograph of her here. I couldn't help notice that she was wearing what she was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out. They are a Gramarye family heirloom. This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in the picture.
What? So, that's why.
Why what, Mr. Zack?
I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet.
I bet I know where that other one went.
She gave it to this boy, her son.
Crazy.
This strange power, I myself do not know where it comes from. Yet the fact is that it is passed down from the Gramarye line. It runs in their veins.
What is it? I asked her Thalassa once. This is what she told me. Her power responds to tension in others. Tension?
If she were to face a person and they became tense, even slightly, then she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her.
So she could see it? Not quite. This is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects. Objects? Wait, were they something she wore? Yes, her bracelets. I admit the first time I saw one of those I felt there was more to it than just fashion. What kind of power could a bracelet have? I have made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two are brother and sister, yes. And the brother too has this power of theirs. So Trucy is an older brother. I wonder what will come of that. Mr. Wright. Tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I would not see her live her life without knowing. I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. I am in your debt, once again. No kidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up. Those bracelets are made of a special alloy. It is said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So they're temperature sensitive or something? Yes, this is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. And is it something to do with the power? What have I told you? The Gramarye's power reacts to tension in others. When a Gramarye senses tension too, they become tense. And this tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. So minute they cannot sense it on their own. Their muscles? Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for. With a bracelet on, one can sense these contractions, because the bracelet is always a perfect fit. So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist. Precisely. But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I misunderstand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough. Have you ever heard of a kinetic vision? Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped if they focus. Oh, but it is not confined to sports alone. It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. The faintest twitch of the face, meaning it lies behind it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it. So basically what you're saying is, the Gramaryes can see really well. For them, seeing is more than believing, it is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Things have started to come into focus for me too. And of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell you when to focus? Or something. Precisely. But wait, Trucy doesn't have any bracelets. You are talking about her poker, yes. The timing of when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trucy herself has realized this. That is all I know of things Gramarye. Thank you, Mr. Zack. If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long, thereby awakening his power. I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game? I've said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night. That night? The night of my mental magnify passed from this world to the next. There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnify's test. A test? In its last years, Magnify Gramarye worked us to the bone, no to the pain. But that night I could not shoot him, so I shot the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer.
Take this. I give my art to you, Zack.
What?
It is thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack. Though I would not have minded dying by your hand.
How can I shoot you? You're my mentor.
I thought you might say that.
If I went home without shooting anything, what you have done then?
Then of course I would have given Valent his chance. And if I'd shot you in the
Oh shit. And if I shot you in the forehead instead?
then it would be over. If you or Valent were to shoot me in the head, then I to the darkness would go and my art with me. A fitting end, don't you think?
Ah.
Yet this ending too gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zack. And I am sorry, I have done much that was wrong in my day.
It seemed to me that Magnifi wanted you to be his successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Balance. Perhaps, but it is not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder what is Valent up to these days. Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him. Nah. And now here I am, and his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know. What? You don't mean to tell me they put the blame for our mentor's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There were even rumors that Valent had helped you pull it off.
But that's madness!
Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated, even though I'm dead? That night, Zack Gramery was killed. He died a shady sniff, a mysterious traveller with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he departed. This. His confession, to use as I saw fit. Of course, he killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner, Valent Gramery. Powering through, guys. I know it's a bit of a longer one, but we're gonna make it.
Well, this is a blast from the distant past.
Long time no see, Mr. Valent.
7 years it has been. Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you.
I've spoken to the press. I've nothing more to say.
I've spoken to a lot of people myself and come to some conclusions. But then I realised I needed to hear it from you.
I have walked a very different road these past 7 years.
Because you couldn't perform Magnifi's repertoire?
Do not be deceived. Valent's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who showed me on my way.
Zack Gramery.
His rather well-performed disappearing act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought.
Zack Gramery murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you?
I remember it as if it were only yesterday. Yet that was not the end of it in the end. For while he vanished, the suspicions upon my own person never did. His partner Zack vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said.
I had no idea.
Yet that very same press comes to me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic show in history as if it was a vaudevillian distraction. And here must I stand, smiling at them all. What am I if not a player in some fiendish farce?
Might I suggest it's because you never made it clear what happened? Magnifi's death is still a mystery to this day. Which is why I came here to get an answer from you. I knew I'd be seeing these sooner or later.
The audience has no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight.
That sounds an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago. Felt like 7 minutes ago in real lifetime. Probably because it was. Maybe a bit more than 7. I'm almost all talked out, but we're almost done.
Ask what you will, you'll get nothing from me.
I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened.
For 7 long years I have endured. Now, finally, the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracles of our troupe within my grasp.
Sorry to do this, Valent, but right now I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake some things up. Valent, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this. Yeah. Juicy's getting all the magic.
And what might that be? I see it bears the Grammary seal.
I should have brought this to your attention sooner, but I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast.
What is this?
A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnifi's miracles.
What? Zach Grammary, he wrote this? What? He passed everything to his daughter?
Truth the enigma. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days.
Preposterous! Zach is gone, vanished into the void.
This is the genuine article. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this.
Why? Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead?
You're not the only one with that problem.
But he shot Magnifi, yes, it was Zach. It was. And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into the darkness.
Did you think there might be some way out of it? Say if you could prove Zach Grammary shot Magnifi. Was that why you testified?
Yes, my way out. It should have been my way out.
Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Vallant. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who really killed Magnifi Grammary? I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zach Grammary wrote one more thing before passing on.
This is a confession.
In which he admits to the killing of Magnifi Grammary. See, all according to your plan.
I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself.
Zach wrote this right in front of me. After I explained your situation to him.
Alakazam!
G. Zoom? How do you pronounce that? Alakazung? Like what? Or is it Alakazoo? OMG.
You do know that this confession is nothing but lies.
Yes, it's my opinion that Zach Grammary killed no one.
And you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. Two received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty.
That would be the logical conclusion, yes.
So he managed to protect me, his partner. Ha 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 ha! Stirring tale, 'tis true.
Did you shoot Magnifi in the forehead?
If I had and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police by chance? Do as you will. There is nothing left for me now. This is true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor Magnifi's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed hold of me.
I knew it. So Vallant Grammary did kill the great Magnifi.
Ha 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 ha! So sorry, Mr. Wright, but it was not I who shot my mentor.
What? But if it wasn't you, then who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there?
Another disciple such as?
I don't know. Nakan Vallant Grammary, maybe?
Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zach and Vallant received those threatening letters, but there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I don't suppose you figured it out by now.
If it wasn't Zach or Vallant who shot Magnifi, then it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means... Wait, you don't mean...
Yes, the great Magnifi Grammary himself.
I don't... What? How? So Magnifi Grammary committed suicide?
You find it hard to believe?
To be honest, I hadn't even managed to imagine it as a possibility.
When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him, but when I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me.
So you spoke with Magnifi Grammary?
Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnifi transferred the rights to his repertoire to my partner Zach Grammary, not me.
I see. Then I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it.
You owe me no apology.
Huh?
My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder.
What? Your crime? Is Vallant Grammary confessing something to me? What could be more serious than murder? Framing...
You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There are no secrets between partners, it was easy to find out. That was when I understood Magnify's plan. He wanted to die by one of your hands? Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard of it, the little demon whispering inside my heart. The demon. Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnify. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime. What? That night, I prepared something before going to Magnify's hospital room. Which was IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. If Zack did not shoot, I would do the deed. Then I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan. But you didn't shoot him. I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came. But then Magnify called me back. I am sorry, Valent. I am giving my magic to Zack, not you.
Hang on a sec. Oops. Guys, I'm sorry I was muted. I thought I was unmuted. Let me do that again.
You still like the door he has. Please help him if you can. I left the room. And then I stopped. The shock of what I'd just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot.
Magnify Grammary killing himself.
Then the demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him, he was the one. Frame him and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints. Then I used a syringe and added the IV liquid I'd brought.
So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. Magnify died and you framed Zack for his murder.
As planned, indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed truly?
That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but...
Yes.
I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valent. Thank you.
It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I'd lost everything could I make my decision.
You're going to turn yourself in?
My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts.
I understand.
I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. For Zack Grammary was alive.
Well, not anymore.
And now it occurs to me, what if he was not the only one who survived?
What do you mean?
You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body.
Her?
The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies, forget this matter. And I can only hope that the day will come when I meet again my partner Zack Grammary. Then I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I am glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you.
Sorry, my dog's going apeshit. Zack Grammary, Shady Smith, whichever name you prefer, he's no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver, and the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew that I'd have to do I knew what I had to do to push back the darkness for good, and if it would involve paying that man a visit... Oh, and it would involve paying that man a visit. Final one before we finish the stream, because my voice is drained and my dog is going apeshit in the background. Because my sister just walked in from her holiday.
So, sir, Prisoner Crystal Cabin is currently occupied.
I see. Do you know when he'll be finished?
Well...
Could you go find out?
Ah, certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment.
My apologies to the guard, but there's something I need to see. Oh, let's just have a look in here, please. There it is. It's the yellow envelope. And the sender is Drew Measham. I was right.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Measham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene.
If this is the last letter that Drew Measham wrote, then there's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact. Here goes. Let's see if this atricanine spray finds anything. So this was Drew Measham's messenger of death. It was his stamp, alright, no mistake in it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin. Gotcha. Finally, decisive evidence. What's this? A burglar in jail? Gavin! I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny, Wright. Gavin, there's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. Vera Measham hasn't received her verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? There are no known survivors of atricanine poisoning, but it never hurts to hope. Okay, I'll be leaving now then. Right, wait. Yeah, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry, forgot I had it. Many thanks. He has a camera on that little thing he's got. We've now seen all the clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now it is time. Every story has an ending. We've come to the final chapter, the final trial. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can. To be continued. That was very long, but I'm super excited for the next episode. And it'll be the final episode of the entire game and the entire stream and the entire series. Let's save. And oh my god, I hope everybody's looking forward to it. I certainly am. Thank you for everybody who joined in the stream. Saw some people lurking, which was really nice. And yeah, quick announcement, I'm not going to stream the Persona 3 series anymore. I'm still playing it, but I don't think it's content that I want to stream. I'd rather play it in my own time. Whereas I prefer to stream this kind of content where I can, like I'm not as playing it regularly, you know what I mean? I don't play this regularly, obviously I'm continuing the story, whereas Persona I just want to play it at my own pace rather than in a structured way. So yeah, I'm just playing that whenever I want. It's a really good game, and yeah, sorry to anyone who was enjoying that series, but Ace Attorney is looking like it's been doing better for my channel anyway. But it's not just about that. It's just about I'd rather play Persona 3 like in my downtime, not when I'm streaming. Anyway, sorry for that, and I hope to see you guys for the next stream, which will probably be tomorrow. If I'm feeling well, because my throat, oh my god. I think everybody starts to notice my voice gets really tired towards the end of the stream. But, yeah, hopefully tomorrow or Sunday. Definitely one of the two. Because it would be nice to wrap it all up on the weekend, where there's more people to watch the big finale. And I get to do my the big breakdown of the final villain, which I'm looking forward to doing. So I need a good voice for that because it's quite a hard thing to do, and I'm very excited. But yeah, I will leave it there because this stream's already long enough, 2 hours and 17 minutes. So yeah, this has been Psycho Wolf 11, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye.